Hey, gang. Good to see you. Thought I'd do something a little different this week. I got a guest, and she is hot. Come on over here, guest. You know her as the mom. This is the dad.
The mom.
The mom. How are you?
Doing pretty good.
Good.
Yeah.
Are you nervous?
No.
You should be.
Yeah.
This is going to be on YouTube. Big deal.
Yeah.
Hitting the big stage now. What do you want to talk about?
Let's talk about manners.
Ooh, manners.
The next cool trend, right?
I don't have very good ones, I have to say.
You think?
Well, oh, whoa, wow.
I'm just asking. I wasn't saying.
Okay. I thought you were talking about me.
No.
Yeah. Well, I mean, manners are a way to interact with one another so that we can both enjoy the time together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
When I taught my manners class at co-op, we learned the difference between etiquette and manners. And
what is it?
Etiquette is just the rules that you follow so you don't embarrass yourself when you're interacting with people. And manners are the rules that you follow from your heart more, just to give other people grace and respect and all of that.
Okay.
And so, yeah.
What's your favorite manner? Not farting at the table.
That has been a thing lately. We're talking about it. We're just thinking of those sort of bathroom
Do I have to
words.
spell it? F-A-R-T?
No, you just don't need to talk about it.
All right,
as far as
sounds good. All right, so I'm doing a bad manner right now.
Yeah. Well,
good example.
I mean, at the table.
All right, what's your favorite manner at the table? Mostly it's at the table, right? Manners at the table. So
I mean, we can start there.
Okay, go for it. What's your favorite manner?
My favorite table manner would probably be just sitting up straight at the table, pushed in, nice posture, and
you don't like the legs up and
keeping forward to the table, having your hands to yourself, making this your little spot. Yeah, it's probably my favorite manner.
It's good. I mean, it's the way to have peace at the table, right? Because you're not embarking on somebody else's embarking.
Space.
I guess it's not encroaching on somebody else's space, and your foot and legs don't need to be up like this, because then it pushes you further away from the table, and you're more apt to just slobber your stuff all over your clothes. Not good.
And you don't want to just be slumping at the table, because you can get messy, and it's just
putting your elbows on the table just gets them all dirty.
Not very attractive either. Yeah. And there is something about just for your spouse or for your to-be spouse, your potential boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever, they look at that sort of thing, and I think it's good that you care about yourself.
At least you hope they look at those things.
Yeah,
if they don't, they're probably slouchy themselves, and then you're going to end up having slouchy kids, and that's going to suck. Yeah. Okay, what's another manner? Let's see if I come up with my favorite manner. I like when at the table we pass things. Like if we have family style, which is my favorite style.
Okay.
I like buffet fine for some things, but I think it's nice to turn things around the table. It's nice when we are not grouchy about it. We just keep passing them along. That's a good manner.
We do that poorly.
Need more practice. I mean, it's kind of like going out and playing baseball, right? It's like, oh my gosh, we love playing baseball, and then we hate it because we have bad manners to one another.
We haven't played baseball in 2 years because it got so bad. Maybe this year we can work on some baseball skills.
Maybe. We'll see if we can do it.
Kid won't be here.
Oh, wow.
Sorry, Kid. No.
Actually, Gideon's competitive.
Yeah.
And so is Tirza. Tirza is having a tough time at baseball. Yeah.
Yeah, but Tirza is a silent competitive. Like, she just goes behind a tree and
weeps.
And weeps. And Gideon is a little more in your face. But hey.
You need all types.
Personalities.
We love all types.
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
Yeah.
We do. Yeah.
What's another manner?
I think something that maybe is also a good manner, is just being the manner of just being able to listen to other people and not be formulating what you're gonna say in your head. Just really be a good listener. And I don't know.
Do you do that? Or do you formulate?
I formulate some, and then I'm kind of bad at interrupting too.
Are you?
Yeah, I am a little bit bad at that.
I have to say, I've had to train myself not to. I'm okay. I'm not terrible at it, but I could do better. I had a colleague of mine up at the university one time, after we got off some sort of, it was a conference call, and I just had something I needed to say, and the guy, after we had talked and hung up, then I called him back just to kind of work through some of the things that came up during the call, and he said, "You need to let people talk it through. You need to give more time." And that was good for me to hear. Like, it was a colleague of mine, and he's older. He's an older guy that just I respect, and so I was like, well, yeah, that really. I mean, sometimes you don't even recognize you're doing it. You just do it, and you have these ideas, and you just want to get them out there, and you can't wait. And yeah, it's good to wait. That's a good manner.
Do you formulate while you're listening to people?
I'm constantly formulating, probably. Yeah, and I feel like I have a lot to say. Like, I feel like I could just sit and talk and talk and talk. I have to hold myself back from doing that too. Just allow myself to express myself and get it out, and then be done, and then let other people talk. And the Tour Club's been good for that, I think, partly. But one of the things I do at Tour Club is I try to reiterate what they're saying so that they know that I heard them, and boil it down so that the rest of the group can continue on with that idea if I think it's a good one. If I don't think it's a good idea, let's just say, or I want to move on from it, and I can take that opportunity to try to shift the conversation some. So, those are good little skills to have too. Yeah.
How about for you? What's another good manner?
I guess I don't know if it's a manner or not, but I like the responsibility of just taking care of the things that are in front of you on the table. Just when you're done, like picking up your stuff, making sure that, because a manner means that you care about other people. And when we leave our things sitting around, or we make a mess and we don't clean it up, or we expect other people to clean up after us, I think that might be a bad manner. Just making sure you take responsibility, and not just doing that for your stuff, but you take some extra stuff. And then when you're over at somebody else's house, you'll be more apt to do that also. That's a good manner.
And some of you with little kiddos, like Bluey in hand.
Blue in hand. Yeah. Keep it up.
Yeah.
You're doing a good job.
Yeah, you are doing a good job. But like, really, little kids can be super helpful. They can do a lot.
They make big messes, but they can be big helpers.
Yeah. I just read something this week that just was talking about, like, the seeds you sow now are what you're going to reap later. And so as parents of young little people, just remember it takes a lot of time and effort to sow, but you reap great benefits later.
Yes, you do. And they're fairly developed by the time they hit 3 to 5. So all those bad manners that you didn't take care of by the time they're 5
show up again in the teenage years.
Tougher later. Not a lost cause, but it is much more difficult. So hit those things early. It's good. And you know what? As I'll just speak from the dad side. That's all I can speak from, really. From the dad side, you are gonna look like a jerk, and kids are gonna hate you sometimes, and that's part of being a dad. You're not going to be liked all the time. You're going to have to irritate for the good. I know I can bug and be like a kid sometimes and get in your face and be weird and bad, but I'm talking about just doing, like, just being the bad guy sometimes and saying, you can't do that. That's not going to happen at my table. I'm not going to allow that, or I don't want you being like that. That's okay. And you're going to look like, oh, you're taking away my fun, and you're not letting me be who I really am. That's right. I'm not going to let you be who you really are, because really, inside, you're a jerk. Or you're an animal, and you need to be trained. We're not savages. That's all about manners. savages are what, you think about manners, right? The opposite of manners is like the Vikings. They get, that's not how we do. We're civilized.
English tea. With the
Oh
pinky.
gosh,
You wanna do that?
That's not. I mean, I want to live life too. I don't want to just be like, but I mean, yeah, you got to have good manners. It's part of being in the world. And I like what Mom said earlier about, what you do and how you put yourself out there may affect who you end up being with in terms of dating or a mate or friends. Some friends don't want to be around people who are sloppy and selfish or loud and that kind of thing, or just open their mouth and slop food out or make a lot of noise when they eat. That might not be very attractive to some. It's always best to be more mannerful than maybe necessary, because then you're covering all your bases, and you should do it from the heart, and that way that'll be who you are, instead of just just being it for somebody else's sake, just because you don't want to hurt, mess up some potential relationship or irritate someone. No, actually just be like that normally, and then you'll have lots of friends. And they'll want to be around you. Do you have lots of friends?
Yes.
You have good manners. Did your mom teach you manners?
I did.
Your dad?
Yep, I learned manners. I think my mom taught us manners. My mom would make formal dinners sometimes, especially like for prom or something like that. We'd always get out like the Desert Rose dishes and do really fancy meals with the silverware, lots of silverware, and then I think another place I learned good manners and just about table manners was in 4-H, honestly, through cooking classes and demonstrations and that sort of thing.
What about when you worked as a waitress at the Sportsman's Lodge or something? Did you learn manners there? Kind of, or not really? I guess how to deal with people would be better.
Yeah, no, not so much, but yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I don't know if I was ever. Let's see. I mean, my mom probably taught me manners, but I don't remember it being formal.
Yeah.
I mean, we put on a manner show every week at Shabbat. It's a formal dinner table.
How did we do this week on our manner show? Whoa.
I have to be honest. I was a little disappointed.
Yeah, me too.
And maybe it's reflection. And I have to say, even though children are really responsible for their own manners, honestly, it's a reflection on the parents.
Yeah.
To a certain degree. I know that kids can blow it, and if we don't take care of it right there, then it is a reflection on the parents. If they don't take care of it and they say, oh, it's just being, that's all we're going to do. No, actually, you should correct it and say, that's not how we're going to be at a formal dinner table. And Shabbat is a nice time. It's that you lay out the spread. You put the nice tablecloths down. You put a nice wine glass there. We're all sitting forward. We have nicer dishes. We have better food. We have nicer stuff. And it should be a time when you heighten your manners. It's just, I want everybody to have fun. And it is fun at the Shabbos table. It's super fun. You don't have to be crazy to have fun. You can actually have fun by being good-mannered and enjoying the conversation. That's fun. That's real good fun.
I was going to bring up conversation too. Just I think that's a great manner also, is just coming to the table with something to talk about with the people who are sitting near you, like something of good value and good quality to talk about. Oftentimes for Shabbat we have guests in our home, and there are lots of great things we can learn from having guests at our table and asking good questions and good conversations. So.
Yeah, that's good. So put your manners on, because when you come home, I've risen the bar, raised it, rised it. Anyway.
What's that little, the magnet on the fridge says, I hope manners are the next cool
I hope
trend.
manners are the next cool trend.
Yeah.
Well, we're almost out of time.
Okay.
Any last parting words?
Yeah. We love you guys.
We love you, and I love her. She's awesome.
I love him too.
We're in love. And we love all you guys. Be good. Have a great week. Hope this is inspiring to you. And put your manners on.
Have good manners.
Love
Bye.
ya.